Hey guys, I'm trying to do a video today for anyone who doesn't either understand remote targeting, not retargeting, but remote targeting, or if you've never experienced it before or used it. Now that everyone hopefully has the Rhino after this previous update, or this previous raid I should say, the Rhino is a remote targeting hull. And hopefully today we'll get a better understanding of it. I've come up with just a crude drawing here, crude little thing. I've got a fleet of 5 Zoe Rhinos on the screen here. Here's a platform. Here's one Rhino, and this yellow circle, this one on top, close to the upper part of the screen, is the remote targeting range of this Rhino. The second yellow circle right here is the remote targeting range of the 4 in the back. Now, I know this is not perfect, but this is just a crude little drawing. The way this works, when this yellow line is on our DRAC platform and the initial range of the weapon, it has to be a missile on a Rhino. Can't be a mort, can't be a launcher. These can't be a launcher. This can be anything. It will remote fire missiles only from back here. But now when the range of this weapon comes in contact with a target and your yellow line is beyond the target, all of them will fire. So if you're driving a fleet, you've got one out in front. Now, one of the ways I do this, guys, is my lead ship, or the way some people refer to it as a tank. I may have this thing loaded down a little differently than I do these 4. I may have a lot of anti-mort and anti-missile weapons on this one, because this is going to take all the fire. This platform, or any weapons on this platform, whether it be a ship, whether it be a turret, whatever it may be, is going to fire at this ship, not these. So this one may be set up a little different. If it's got a lot of missile turrets and mortar turrets, you could have a lot of anti-missile and anti-morts on this ship, and you should do pretty good there. This is not going to actually possibly do any harm to this platform, but these will. Now there is a catch to this. You've got to have a weapon that's got some significant range on it for this one. Okay, you don't want to get this thing all the way up there before these fire. Okay, so let's say you use blades. Let's not use blades. Let's say you use Harrier missiles, D-52Rs. Okay, let's go over here and look at the D-52R missile. Let me scroll down here and find the D-52R. I think it has a range of 76. Did I pass it? No, there it is. D-52R, it's got a range of 76. Okay, so I'm going to put at least one of these on this ship, so I can get the maximum range here. So when my white circle is my initial weapon range, hits the platform, the rest of these will fire if my remote targeting, it's a yellow circle, is on the same target. Okay, that's how remote targeting works. So let's say I've got a target here, and another target here. I could leave that ship parked right where it is. Okay, and then I could drive these around if I wanted to, leaving that ship parked. As long as this white circle, your initial targeting circle, is on targets, you can move these wherever you want to, as long as that remote targeting yellow circle is on the same target. Now, remote targeting is obviously going to play a pretty big part in these new weekly missions, I would assume, because let me go back to hulls. They buffed the DNX today in today's update. Today is May the 18th, 2016. They buffed this hull. They added remote targeting to the DNX. Okay, but it's only for mortars. Okay, you can't put a missile or a ballistic weapon on the DNX and expect remote targeting to work. It's not going to. It's got to fire mortars. Okay, just like the Rhino. Remote targeting for missile only. Now, your remote targeting range is 50 plus 50% of your initial missile range. But you've got a fall off. Remote targeting fall off means, let me just pull up a Rhino fleet I've got. Well, that's not the, okay, alright. Initial damage I have on this particular Rhino, this ship, is 16,573. But my remote targeting fall off is minus 40%. So 16,573 minus 40% is the damage I'm going to do if this ship is firing remotely. And you will know it's firing remotely because it will have a green crosshair that blinks on the ship. If it fires within its normal range, it's full damage. So you do have some fall off there. And it looks like you have, well, I've got the same fleet, DNX fleet. The fall off on it is 60%. Okay? So you do get significantly less damage for remotes. But now I use remote targeting all the time. I use it in the weekly. There's a couple of videos of me hitting an 85 military stronghold. I use remote targeting on ships. I use remote targeting on platforms. So it's fleet versus fleet or player versus environment. I use it on both because that's how remote targeting works. It can help you if you load down your tank with a lot of armor and some anti-missile, anti-morts. It can come in very handy. Just remember, you've got to have a weapon on that tank that's got some significant range, so you can actually reach out there and get some targets. So that's how it works, guys. Always like the video, share it, like it, leave a comment on Facebook. I hope these things help. See you guys.